Long before human history began, the cosmos was already occupied. The universe operated under a stable, dualistic order, populated entirely by two distinct forms of creation. First were the angels. Created from pure light and numbering in the billions, these celestial beings managed the functions of the universe with absolute, unwavering obedience to the divine will. The second creation were the jinn. Forged from smokeless fire, they, unlike the angels, were endowed with free will. Among them was a prominent figure named Iblis, who had ascended the ranks to dwell alongside the angelic host. This established hierarchy was peaceful. The announcement of an entirely new category of existence would disrupt this long-standing cosmic order. The disruption begins when Allah addresses the angels with a grand declaration. He is going to place a Khalifa, a vicegerent or successive authority, upon the earth. The angels respond with a logical question. They ask why a creature fashioned from earthly materials, a nature bound to volatility, prone to corruption, and the shedding of blood, should be given authority, especially when they themselves already offer perfect praise and sanctification. The response to their anxiety is brief and absolute. Allah simply replies, "I know what you do not know." Adam's nature combines volatile earthly materials with a divine appointment that even billions of angels could not initially fathom. The physical manifestation of this new authority was not instantaneous. It progressed through distinct stages, beginning with earthly dust mixed with water to form a wet, adhesive clay. Over time, this material fermented into dark mud before finally drying into a rigid structure. The Quran describes this final stage as dry clay, echoing with a hollow sound like baked pottery. During this dormant phase, Iblis circled the massive, lifeless vessel. Observing its hollow nature, he recognized its inherent physical vulnerability. This staged, independent creation directly contrasts with modern theories of evolution, which posit a continuous biological lineage from subhuman animal species. Here, man starts his career from the very beginning as a distinct, independent species. A baseline of fragile clay suggests that human value will be determined by what eventually fills the vessel, rather than its physical composition. The lifeless clay is transformed when Allah breathes His own spirit into the form, bringing Adam into existence as the primordial conscious human archetype. To establish Adam's unique status, Allah equips him with humanity's greatest defining asset, intellect. Adam is taught the names of all things, a capacity for abstract knowledge and language. The angels are then presented with a cosmic test. When asked to identify these names, they are forced to admit their inherent intellectual limits, acknowledging they know only what they have been explicitly taught. Adam steps forward and flawlessly presents the names to the celestial host, confirming his unique intellectual capacity. While the angels are defined by their original purity, Adam's status is built on the active process of learning and development. Following this demonstration, a universal divine command is issued. All angels are ordered to prostrate themselves before Adam as a sign of respect for his God-given knowledge. True to their nature, the angels offer absolute obedience, universally bowing to the newly formed earthly creation. But a fracture occurs. Iblis makes a conscious choice of defiant refusal, rejecting the command to submit. This chart illustrates Iblis's justification for rebellion. He argues for biological superiority, claiming smokeless fire naturally outranks common dirt. By insisting on this hierarchy, Iblis introduces arrogance into existence, asserting that worth is dictated by physical origin rather than piety and submission. Iblis's resulting exile as Rajim, the accursed, marks the point where arrogant exceptionalism becomes a permanent force in the human story. Adam and his wife, Hawa, are placed in a paradisiacal garden. They are granted absolute freedom to enjoy its provisions, with only one strict boundary: they must not approach a single specific forbidden tree. Satan initiates his attack without using physical force. Instead, he wages a psychological campaign, utilizing subtle whispers and swearing oaths of false sincerity. He exploits their natural human inclinations. He tempts them with a false promise, suggesting that eating from the tree will grant them immortality and elevate them to the eternal status of angels. The lapse in the garden was driven by a naive desire for permanence, an attempt to trade a mortal state for the immortality of the celestial host. Tasting the fruit instantly strips away their innocence, leaving them to face the sudden, visceral reality of their own shame. Unlike Iblis, who doubled down on his ego and blamed God for his failure, Adam responds entirely differently. He takes absolute personal responsibility for his actions. Adam and Hawa immediately cry out in sincere repentance. They confess that they have wronged themselves and plead for divine mercy. This act of contrition sets the standard for Adam's offspring, where the ability to admit a fault becomes the primary vehicle for mercy. Allah accepts their repentance and completely forgives the transgression. Because of this, humans in Islamic theology are not viewed as inherently sinful or permanently fallen creatures. However, the natural consequence of the action remains. Paradise is closed to them, and they are sent down to live on earth to fulfill their original, destined role as vicegerents. After their descent, tradition holds that they eventually found each other, reuniting on earth at Mount Arafat. This marks the true beginning of human civilization, where mankind would learn planting, harvesting, and survival. Humanity is fashioned from humble clay, and our free will guarantees we will make mistakes. But our capacity for intellect, paired with the sincere humility to admit fault, is exactly what elevates us above the angels.